Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over how I create my topical maps going into 2024. As we can see here, I have created a full-on page that is ranking for how to create a topical map, and I'm going to be going over in depth how I do it. If you guys want to essentially skip this step, you can also buy your topical map by heading over to this page and clicking on the buy your topical map. But without any further ado, let's get started.
Before we get into this video, make certain to check out TechRadar.com, where you can book me out for a free 15-minute strategy call, and I can go over how you can grow your organic traffic for your website.
So a couple things that I want to cover prior to actually getting into this guide is the difference, first of all, between keyword research and topical maps. Now, there's a lot of people that get the two mixed up, or they think it's the exact same thing. Now, for example, I've just asked ChatGPT what is the difference between a topical map and a keyword research. And the key differences are topical maps focus on organizing content around broader topics and themes, while keyword research focuses on identifying specific keywords and optimizing content for them. Obviously, topical maps involve creating a cluster of interconnected content pieces. The goal of a topical map is to establish authority and provide a comprehensive resource on the subject. So you're essentially telling Google that you are the Wikipedia or the go-to person within that topic. So if you're talking about running shoes, whether you are a law firm, whatever the case may be, you are the go-to knowledge hub. The last thing is topical maps take a holistic approach to content planning, considering the overall theme and user experience. So the biggest flaw when you're doing keyword research as opposed to a topical map is the fact that you might have 300 keywords, and those 300 keywords might be in 6 different topics. However, if you're doing a topical map, you might have 250 keywords that are all within the same subject. So you're not actually overextending your content limits. So you're not jumping in and out of different topics. You're actually staying all within one topic, completing that topical cluster, and then you're moving on to the next one. So it all stems back down to doing topical authority the correct way. So now I'm going to be showing you guys 2 websites that do topical authority very, very well. Now, first of all, the first website is TechRadar. What these guys do very well is they talk about various different subjects on the exact same website, but they have topical authority in every single space. So what I mean by that is if we take a look at their website, so if we actually click on the phones button here, and as we can see here, what they have done is they have got Acer phones, Android phones, Asus phones, BlackBerry phones. They've actually broke it down into various different subtopics within the actual industry, whereas a lot of people would just be talking about smartphones right now. So if we scroll down on this page, as you can see, latest about Samsung Galaxy phones, and the last article was published 2 hours ago, 5 hours ago, and so on and so forth. So one thing that TechRadar do very well is if we actually take a look at this page, as you can see, latest about Samsung Galaxy phones, and they have got a frightening amount of content all to do with the latest Samsung Galaxy phones that are coming out, the ones that are essentially not coming out anymore. So they have got all the news to do with Samsung Galaxy. It's almost as if they are treating this URL structure or this page as its own mini website. So if I wanted to replicate what TechRadar are doing, what I would be looking at is all of these mini clusters on their website and essentially replicating all of the articles that are on this section of the website. As opposed to just looking at TechRadar as a whole, there might be 10,000 pages that I would need to publish. I'm actually just breaking down one branch of the actual website off, and my thought process is, okay, even though TechRadar has 10,000, 30,000 pages live, what I'm actually going to be focusing on is a subtopic within a subtopic, and all I'm going to be publishing on my website for the next 30, 100 days is all to do with Samsung Galaxy phones. So that way I'm actually establishing topical authority only to do with Samsung Galaxy phones. Once I have topical authority on Samsung Galaxy phones, I then might decide to actually go after iPhones or a different type of phone after that. So this is a very, very different website as opposed to what we're used to seeing. This is a local business, and they are a law firm in London. As you can see here, they're getting about 25,000 hits a month, or 25,000 traffic, should I say. And What they have done is they have covered the topic in its entirety when it comes to actual services that they provide. So if we actually hover over legal services, as you can see, they are covering a lot of different topics. So banking and finance, charity and community, commercial, etc. And they also go into detail as to how they can essentially help you. So family businesses, luxury brands, entrepreneurs, etc., etc. Now, this approach would be very different to a TechRadar approach. I would essentially be covering everything to do with, for example, family law. So this strategy that I would be doing for this website would be very different. If somebody told me, okay, Kaz, you need to essentially rank a law firm very, very quickly, I would be looking at subtopics. For example, family law, I would be going after all the sub-services to do with family law. So for example, I would be having different pages to do with divorce law, what happens to the kids when I get a divorce. Certain guides like that would essentially help me rank higher and also gain topical authority for family law as the actual service. And then in time, once I have topical authority to do with family law, then I would look to go into business law or litigation law, etc., etc. So step number one is to actually search for your keyword that you want to rank for. This could be an affiliate keyword, this could be a service keyword. I've just went with family lawyers. Now, one thing that you also want to do is make certain that you are ignoring any directory websites. So for example, in the UK, we have got co.uk. So the reason why I'm ignoring these, just so you guys understand, is the fact that these guys have got topical authority on the amount of law firms they have reviewed in the UK. So let's say there's 6,000 law firms listed on Review Solicitors. We can't do that as an actual law firm. So let's say I am Dash Family Lawyers Limited. I don't want to be copying their topical map. So that's also another important factor to bear in mind. Whereas Stowe Family Law, which rank number 2 for family lawyers, they are all about family law and how they can help you as a law firm. So I am more intrigued to essentially replicate what these guys have done on their website. So once we know who our target is, what we're going to then do is just copy their URL. Then what we're going to do is do site colon and then whatever domain that is, and then family lawyers, then click search. Now, as you can see here, they have got a lot of family lawyer related pages. So family law and solicitors, divorce lawyers in Preston. Preston is a location, same with Wigan. So one thing that we would want to do if we can is have various different location pages. If we have multiple offices, brilliant. If not, what you can also bear in mind is if you are located in London, you might want to create a Essex page, or say for example you're located in New York, you might want to create a Bronx page or a Manhattan page, because not everyone will be searching for family lawyers New York. Some might be searching for family lawyers Manhattan. So you just want to cover as many different suburbs as you can, exactly what these guys have done. Now, from an actual services page, I have actually went through a couple of their websites. So for example, we have got child arrangement order solicitors, children's law solicitors and child custody lawyers, individual and family private client lawyers, trust deed family law solicitors and divorce lawyers, and there will be a lot of other different services that we can also do. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to spend maybe 10 minutes actually going through various different competitors that are ranking for family lawyers and essentially extracting all of their pages, and we're going to be replicating it on our topical map. So all I've done is I have went through a couple of my competitors that are already ranking for family law, and I have essentially grabbed some of their web pages to do with family law or to do with actual children. So I have got a total of 25 articles there. Ideally, what I would be looking to do, based on the actual knowledge that I do have in this industry, there's probably around 200 to 300 articles that I could actually publish for this. Now, the whole purpose of a topical map is that we aren't always looking to create pages that are commercial based. Some of the pages will be to do with actual information. Again, like what I said before, we want to be the Wikipedia basically of divorce and family law. Some of these questions we're actually answering. If you take a look at them, we are actually answering some of the questions after they have went through a divorce. So for example, when should I introduce a new partner to my children? What we're actually hoping on is the fact that our brand For example, TechRadar Law Firm Limited. It is such a good brand that even if we were to help you with your divorce in 2 years' time, you might actually come back to our blog section and actually read this article, when should I introduce a new partner to my children. That's the actual thought process of a topical map. It's not just quick wins all the time where we can just rank positions 5 to 1. The whole point of the topical map is we're actually looking at the bigger picture. We're not just looking at quick wins. Now, this is a topical map that I actually done for Shopify SEO, and we were looking at a variety of different competitors, and as you can see here, we've got a lot more articles. You can get a topical map to essentially perform is by niching down into very, very smaller subjects and not just looking at a TechRadar or not looking at your biggest competitor, which might have 2,000 pages. What you ideally want to do is win topical authority on one actual topic and then move on to the next. Now, the next step that I will be doing for my topical map is using ChatGPT, and I am saying give me 10 articles I need that is to do with family law. So as we can see here, we have got a lot of really good suggestions. Potentially what I would be looking to do is not actually using number 1 because we actually have that already. However, all of these other ones I am definitely going to be using in our topical map as well. So I'm also going to be using Google Bard as well. Can you give me 10 articles to do with family law in the UK? I want to rank number 1. Give me blog articles. So Google Bard has come back with a lot of great ideas. So a DIY guide to no-fault divorce in the UK, child arrangement orders, taking control, 5 essential tips for choosing a family law solicitor in the UK. This would be massive as well because there's going to be a lot of people that would want to hire a family lawyer, but they don't know what to look out for. Should they be looking out for reviews? How can they find the best family lawyer? So that article would actually be very beneficial. Parenting through conflict, supporting children through family transition. So Google has come back with as well is that it has come back with trends. So people that are actually searching for some of these that might not have been searching for these 2-3 years ago. However, these are more essentially resourceful guides, so I'm definitely going to be using these. The next step that I will be doing is using Keyword Planner as well, and if you just go to Google Keyword Planner, click on Visit Keyword Planner, and if you click on Tools and Settings at the top, and just click on Keyword Planner here, you will be presented with this, and what we want to do is click on Start with a Website and then click on Get Results. Once AdWords Planner has come back to you, you then have got a list of keywords and also their average monthly searches per month. So for example, prenup agreement, we actually don't have this on our topical map. I'm going to be adding that in because that will be a service that a law firm to do with family law would actually provide as well. So I have just finished grabbing the keywords from Keyword Planner. One thing that I will mention that is actually worth knowing is that Keyword Planner will come back with a lot more commercial or monetizational keywords. So if you are trying to monetize your website, for example, if you only have a lot of blogs, how-tos, guides, maybe what you should be doing is going into Keyword Planner and extracting more of the pages that will actually bring in more cash to your website. So one strategy that I also want to show you guys is the alphabet soup method. So family lawyers for, and then you can essentially do A, B, C, D, and you're essentially finding a load of keywords that way. So I've just pulled up 2 different scenarios. Family lawyers for dads, as you can see, the intent is completely different as opposed to family lawyers for mums. So you can essentially expand your actual topical authority that way as well. So those are 2 articles that I will be also publishing as well. And the last way of actually finding articles would be to go to Ahrefs and sort by keyword difficulty, lowest to highest, and what we can then do is find any of these articles and add it to our topical map. One added tip as well, you can also add in keywords containing and then how or what, and you will find a lot more blog related articles as well. In total, I have got well over 55 different articles that I need. Some are informational, some are commercial. So we do have a good mixture, and one thing that I also want to drill in is that it is all to do with family law. We haven't even spoke about business law, business litigation, nothing else. We have only homed in on family law, divorces, children rights, etc, etc. There's probably another 200-300 articles that I could write to do with children and what actually happens with the children during a divorce, etc, etc. So that has been my way of creating a topical map. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. If you want your own topical map done for you by my team, make sure to check out this URL. What I'll do is I will have this in the description. And as always, if you guys want a free 15-minute strategy call with myself, make sure to check out TechRadar.com, where I can help look at your website and see what you are lacking overall. Thanks, see you in the next episode.